Alright. So, the first thing I want to say is solidarity to every single person here, but particularly our brave Jewish and Muslim comrades who stand side by side, proving that peace is possible, proving that any time someone tells you that this is an eternal conflict, they are trying to divide normal people. But I just want to focus on one simple thing right now. I can't speak with any authority on anything other than communication. We must consider the function of our words. I stand here before you as an advocate of Palestinian liberation. Anything I say should advance that cause. Anything that would not advance this cause, I should not say. We are not having a conversation. We are not interested, in my opinion, in every facet of this. We are organising to stand with Palestine. We are organising to oppose the ongoing genocide in Gaza. We are part of a movement with goals, and we seek to achieve those goals through communication. We see how those that support genocide do not use language descriptively or neutrally, but creatively. Our media talks of Israelis killed, but Palestinians dead. Of Israeli children and Palestinian young people. Israeli politicians have talked about the children of the light and the children of the dark. We are asked to condemn from the river to the sea as genocidal, while those who call Palestinians human animals, who say no civilians exist in Gaza, that journalists are terrorists, and that hospitals are legitimate military targets, are the most moral army in the world, who must respect international law as if they have not already violated 28 UN resolutions while bragging about ethnic cleansing to the world. We are constantly exposed to how those who wish to see the bombs continue to fall on Gaza understand the function of their language. When pressed on child deaths, they say human shields. When pressed on genocide, they say these numbers are Hamas. When pressed to justify targeting hospitals and journalists, they say that these are all Hamas as well. When asked to support a ceasefire, they say they support Israel's right to self-defence. It speaks to the lack of concern for international law shown by our current crop of leaders that not once has anyone ever been challenged on saying Israel has a right to self-defence that extends to waging a war on occupied Gaza. No such right exists for the occupier. We remembered this rule when Russia invaded Ukraine. We remembered the right of occupied people to resist when Ukrainians did it, and we seem to have forgotten now. We are not having a neutral or open discussion. We are trying to combat propagandists who want us to enthusiastically support the genocide of Palestinians. So if I were to stand here and the first thing I said was I condemn Hamas, what is the function of that comment? Why must our first condemnation begin on October 7th? Do we condemn occupation? Do we condemn apartheid? Do we condemn the multiple previous wars in Gaza? Do we condemn the Nakba? And what have we achieved from this condemnation? Are Hamas likely to be fully eliminated without upwards of 8,000, 10,000 children casualties? Does your government fund or support Hamas? Does it move the dial in any meaningful way towards any goal? I would argue that it doesn't, because there is not a politician in either parliament, Labour, Tory, left, right, who hasn't condemned Hamas, and here we are. The bombs fall. The condemnation did not bring anyone back that was killed. The condemnation didn't spark negotiations for the return of any hostages. The condemnation did not spare a single Gazan. The condemnation did not stop incursions by settlers and the IDF into the West Bank. It did not stop hospital after hospital, mosque after mosque, school after school from being levelled. It did not solve a single problem. Most of us today have probably publicly condemned Hamas. How many supporters of Israel condemn the IDF? Which group has the audacity to claim moral superiority over anyone while killing children at this rate, while bombing hospitals and schools, while cutting off water and electricity, openly showing genocidal intent, occupying more land? Why is none of this worthy of our condemnation? The function of saying I condemn Hamas is the linguistic equivalent of wearing an expensive tie, a Rolex watch, or a "this is what a feminist looks like" t-shirt. It is a gesture concerned with one thing: communicating your own status. Our government does not fund Hamas. The function of our condemnation is distraction. It is false equivalency. And when we talk of the right to self-defence, the unspeakable barbarism of terrorists versus the heroism of Israeli Defence Force, Israel being attacked unprovoked, the atrocities, many of which were shared as preparation for genocide before any proof was shown, and many of which have now been admitted by the IDF to have been exaggerated. What is the reason we all agree so readily to cede ground that those who wish to see the bombs continue to fall in Gaza would never cede? My last thing I want to say about this is our opinions on Palestinian resistance tactics are not influential, nor are they asked for. We know nothing of what it is to be Palestinian, to be occupied, to live under apartheid, and the absolute arrogance to think that we could either condemn or endorse it. They will resist, however they resist. When we are asked to participate in this theatre, we erase 75 years of brutal occupation and ethnic cleansing, colonization and apartheid. Do not participate in it. Serve the Palestinian people, serve the movement, do not serve those who wish to see the bombs continue to fall. Free Palestine.